Hello, welcome to Boomsy Line Fashion World. Due to business registration, I had to change the name of my fashion line. So, and it's been a while. Happy New Year, everyone. So, today we'll be looking at how to draft princess that bustier for plus size. If this is what you're interested in, let's dive into this. So here I have my pattern paper. I've ruled out some lines already. I have shoulder to the chest line, shoulder to the bust, shoulder to under bust, and also shoulder to the waistline, the half length. So I'll go ahead to label that. After that, I'm going to mark the shoulder divided by 2 plus 0.5. I have 9 inches because the shoulder I'm working with is 17 inches. This is for plus size, and 17 divided by 2 is 8.5. So I added half an inch to make it 9.5. I went ahead to mark the same thing on the center front of the chest line to the armhole line. So I marked 9 inches there. So this is just simple basic bodies. So the neckline I'll be using 4 by 4, 4 inches width and 4 inches deep. So I'll connect the 4 inches width to 1 inch for the shoulder slope. So after connecting this shoulder slope, here is the 1 inch for our shoulder slope. After connecting the shoulder slope, I'll also mark out the neckline. This is just a round neckline. So I'll get the midpoint of my armhole line, and from that midpoint I'll come out by 0.75 inch. So I'll connect this 0.75 to the tip of the shoulder slope, and I'll also get my bust measurements divided by 4. I'm working with bust 53. So the bust 53 divided by 4 will give me 13.25 inches. So I call the armhole. So after that, I'll get my nipple to nipple point. My bust span, which is the nipple to nipple, the one I'm working with here is 10 inches. So divided by 2 will give me 5 inches, and I added 0.5 inch to it. So I mark 5.5 inch on the chest line. I also mark the same thing down to the M, from the center front to 5.5 inch, and I'll make this into a straight line. So after connecting this into a straight line, we are going to take our dart. So we will contour the under bust. We take the dart of the under bust and also the over bust. So we are not doing over bust here, we are doing the armhole dart. So from the bust point, I'll come down by 0.5 inch, and I'll also go up by 0.5 inch. And on the center front, I'll come out from the dart line by 0.5 inch on the under bust, and I'll also come out by 0.5 inch on the waistline. And on the side front, I will do 2.5 inches on the under bust, and I will also do 2.5 inch on the waistline. So I'll connect this from under bust to the waistline. I'll connect it into a straight line. I'll do that on both sides of the dart. So after connecting this, I'm going to curve the border. So I will let my curve ruler touch the 0.5 inch below the bust point and the dart on the under bust. So I'll connect this together to give us curve, the bustier curve. So I will do the same thing on the side. So I'll just give it slight curve. The curve will not be that deep, just light curve. You can also do straight line this. So I'll come to the armhole. Since we are doing armhole princess bust here, I'll get the midpoint of my armhole again. So after getting the midpoint, I'll take the dart. So I'll be taking the dart of 2 inches. If you are doing for just small bust, you can do 1 inch or 1.5. So here is plus size bust. I'm taking that of 2 inches there. So from the midpoint, I'll connect to 0.5 inch above the bust point, above the bust point. From that midpoint, I'll connect it there. Then the dart of 2 inch that I took down, I will also connect that dart as well to that 0.5 inch above the bust point. Yes. But after connecting this, I will make sure that I extend the length of that curve there so that I can replace the 2 inches that I took there. So from that armhole line, I'll mark 2 inches out. So that is the 2 inches to replace the dart that we took there on that armhole line, so that we will not run into shortage of fabric or lining when sewing. Thereby we have new armhole curve. So I'm going to take my measurement, bust divided by 4, 53 divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance. The waist is 45 inches divided by 4. I will replace the dart that I took there, and I will also add 2 inches sewing allowance. Then I'll connect this together. So after connecting this together, I will take my bust dart, because we are working with half length of 20 inches for the front, and the dart is 18 inches half length. So we have that of 2 inches for the bust to take in. So I'm just going to come down on the side of the bust line by 2 inches and connect it to the bust point. So I will cross out the parts that I did not need. So those are the darts that we take out on the armhole, on the bust side, the side bust, and also on the under bust to the waist. We are going to take out those darts. We don't need them, so that when we finish coupling the pieces, we will have perfect fit. So I will go through what I have drafted again. I took that of 0.5 on the side, that side front from the dart line. Then I took 2.5 inches dart. So all the dart intake here on the under bust and the half length is 3 inches dart. You can as well take all these darts on one side. You might not take 0.5 then 2.5 on one side, but this is the method that I prefer most. Then after taking the dart, I curve bust the bustier. So this is all we have for plus size princess that bustier. So we are done with drafting the front bodies, which is the main reason for this tutorial. So to get the keyhole in the front, I will just come down from that neck depth. I'll come down by 1.5 inch, so that when I turn out the neckline and I turn out the keyhole, I will have something like 1 inch left between the neck depth and the keyhole. So the keyhole, the person that have this dress, the owner of this dress, wants a bit of the cleavage to show. So if you don't want your cleavage to show, you might do 2.5 inches length for your keyhole. But here I'm doing like 4 inches. I'm doing like 4 inches. Yes, I'm doing 4 inches for the length of my keyhole. So, and also if you want the keyhole bigger, you might come out by 1.5 or 2 inches, so that when you open it, you will have something like 4 inches. But here I will have like 2 inches or 2.5 inches when I open it, because this center front pattern is on fold. So I'll add allowance to the shoulder, allowance of 0.5 inch to join the front shoulder to the back shoulder, so that we don't have shortage there. So we are as well done with the front pattern drafting. So I will not be showing the back pattern drafting. I did not draft pattern for the back. I simply did freehand for the back. I did not use pattern paper. So I did freehand for the back, and also I have tutorial. I have numerous tutorial about two on the channel of tutorial of basic bodies on how to draft basic bodies with bust dart, also the back bodies as well. So just watch as I am cutting this, so that for the beginners you will know which parts to cut out and which part to place on your fabric, to transfer on your fabric. So after closing the bust dart, I will reconnect the shape of the side, then before cutting it out, so that there will be no shortage when I am transferring this pattern to the fabric. So here is what I have for the side front. So on this side, so that it will not gape, I just come up by 0.5 inch and slant it to the side front, the that part. So here is what I have for the center front and the side front. So I'm going to transfer this to the fabric. So here is what I have. This is the center front, this is the keyhole part. Also, this is the side front. I have added interfacing to it. I added black SD, and I also add the breast pad or wording. So I have a detailed tutorial on the channel on how to properly pad your princess dart bustier, in case you don't know how to do that. So I'm going to join the side front to the center front, I'll use 0.5. The 0.5 inch that I added to the nipple to nipple side of the pattern, I'll do it for both sides. So after that, here is what I have. Then I'm going to press it. I'll use bust arm and I'll notch this. I'll notch it round. After notching it round, I'll notch it. After notching, I'll use my breast pad. I mean bust arm or tailor's arm. I'll use it to iron this. I'll place it under the bust part so that it doesn't go flat. So after ironing this is what I have. Though I use gas iron to iron this, so it was not really opened. So I am going to add interface to the center part so that the open part doesn't close again. So here is what we have. So I put stay on that part, so I use it to open it. Then I place it on it so that that closed part will not open, will not close, rather it will not close again. Thereby it will not give the bustier perfect fit on the front part. So here is the lining part. I have also gone ahead to join the lining. You can as well add breast part to your lining, but I don't think it's necessary here because this is for plus size and it's bust 53 already. So here is the back part. I've gone ahead to cut it. I use freehand to cut the back part, and also I have torn it with lining. So for us to turn this keyhole part for the front, I'm going to pin the fabric, the fashion fabric and the lining. I'll pin it together. So I'll match the keyhole parts together so that it's equal. Then I pin it round. After that, I will just sew it round. I'll sew with 0.25 inches. After sewing it round, I'll remove my pin. I'll notch it round. I'll notch it round. I'll remove the pins that I have there. Then I turn the keyhole. The whole linings, I'm going to fold it into the keyhole, into that tiny hole. You can see I did not turn the neckline, just the keyhole part. So I'm going to put this lining and I'll put everything inside this hole, the keyhole, so that the lining comes out on the wrong side of the fashion fabric. So after turning it, this is what I have. So that we have neat finishing, you need to press this, you iron this out so that the lining part doesn't stick out of the fashion fabric. So I'm going to arrange this properly. After proper arrangement, then I'll use my pressing iron to iron the keyhole parts. So I'm trying to arrange the fashion fabric and the lining before I iron it in place. So once I iron this and everything stick together and it stays in place, then I can now go ahead to finish the neckline and also the sides of the front bodies. So when I'm done ironing it, I'll use my bias tape to finish the neckline. So I've gone ahead to use my bias tape to finish the neckline. I've ironed it properly. I have also joined the sides of the fabric with the lining using with 0.5 inches. So here is what it's looking like. So this is how to make the front body for a plus size. The front bodies of Prince Armor Princess Buster for a plus size. So off the camera, I've gone ahead to cut the down part. It's just it's just a basic skirt. So you can check the channel for detailed tutorial for beginner if you don't know how to cut basic skirt. So the front bodies and the down part of the front, I'm going to join these together using 0.5 inch as the allowance that I added. So I'll sew this together, right side facing each other. So after that, here is the back part. I've also cut the down part of the back part off the camera, and I've joined the two pieces of the back body. So the two pieces of the down part of the back. So here is what I have. So this is just the basic back the bodies. Here is the zipper allowance. So I'm going to add zipper to the back part of this. So I will sew the zipper then before joining the front and the back together. So here is the shoulder part. I've pinned the shoulder together. I'll also pin the side together. I'll use 0.5 inches 0.5 inch to join both shoulders, both the front and the back. I'll join it together with 0.5 inch. Also I'll pin the sides together, and I'll take the body's measurement. Here is the slit for the back. So this down part is short skirt. You can also do the longer version of the skirt. The choice is yours. So I'll take the body's measurement, and here is what I have. So I'm trimming the armhole to fit properly. So this video is longer because it consists of the pattern drafting, the sewing tutorial, and also the sleeve part. So if you have watched to this part, please support my channel by subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much. God bless you. So to cut the sleeve, the puffy sleeve, I have this very long strip of fabric that I'll be folding into four. So the length of this fabric is 17 inches, and the width is the round armhole times 2, at the round armhole times 4. So times 2 for each of the armhole. So I have times 4 altogether on this fabric here. So that is why I have this longer strip of fabric. So I'm going to draw a starting line because this edge here is not equal. The down part is equal. So I'm just going to use freehand to do this, and I will take 5 inches for the sleeve cap there. I'm taking 5 inches then I connect it. So after I use freehand to connect this, I use my tape to measure from the close part here to the cap sleeve depth there. So I got the midpoint there. And so that is all for the sleeve. So I did not shape it, so it does not need to shape it. So I just use freehand on the top part. Then I am going to cut this out because we need the sleeve to be very full. For that is the beauty of the sleeve, for it to be very full. So I'll notch the center part. So here is what I have for each of it. So I'm going to pleat the top part there. You can pleat it, tiny pleat, or you can do gathers to it. Then this down part, I'll fold it by 0.5 and I'll further fold it by 0.5 again, and I'll encase with it with elastic. So that will be our elastic casing. After putting the elastic, here is what I have for the puff sleeve. So I'm going to add this sleeve to the bodies and show us the final result for the dress. So here is the final result for the dress. Here is what we have. Armhole princess bustier for plus size. Please, if you like what you just watched, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to share it and also to subscribe. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I'll see you on the next one.